It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper, and we are at Thornridge High School, home of the Falcons. Great show for you tonight, folks. We have on the legendary Rocky Hill, boys basketball coach here at Thornridge, and a proud T-Ridge grad. A lot of people remember Rocky from his days at Thornton. Racked up, 9 seasons. He had those teams with Antoine Randall, Napoleon Harris, Eric Herring, Melvin Eli. Those guys went 93-4 in 3 years and took home 2 second-place finishes and a third-place finish in state. This is his 5th season at the Ridge, and this is his home, man. We had him on a couple years ago as a guest, and Rocky, beyond being one of the great, all-time great basketball coaches, just one of the great people, man. He's fantastic. So, a wealth of knowledge we're going to tap into tonight. So, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, go to beggarspizza.com, join the Big Cheese loyalty program, Beggar's Bucks, and remember, Tuesday nights, 2-for-1 passes at participating Beggar's Pizza locations. Great stocking stuffer as well, folks. We come back, we're going to have on Rocky Hill, Thornridge boys basketball coach. Falcons will open up Thursday at Stag, 6 p.m. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
My experience was nice. It was easy, no pressure, easy sales. The first experience was so good that I kept coming back.
When I arrived to Apple Chevy, I was impressed. Just started with my dad, and then my dad recommended me like, hey, go to Apple Chevy, don't go to a different dealership, they help you out.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And our guest this week to kick off the boys basketball season, none other than Rocky Hill. How's it going, my man?
I'm doing fine. P. Diddy. Woo-hoo.
That's a good one, my man. That is a good one. When people come up to me and say, hey, Pat, how come you're the man? And I say, how can I be the man when Rocky Hill is the man? You know what I'm saying? I can't believe, Rocky, your 5th year at T-Ridge already, man. And you're a proud grad at T-Ridge. We have to mention that. And you guys kick off the season Thursday night at Stag, 6 p.m. So what could fans expect out of the Falcons this year, my man?
We got a great group of kids. I'm really proud of my young men. They're true student athletes. I haven't had a chance to really see us play together. We didn't play in Summer League. Yeah. And this is really our first time playing together. So I don't really know what to expect. I really don't. We were supposed to have played in our Thanksgiving tournament, the second annual Thornridge Thanksgiving tournament, but we didn't get a chance to have it because Washington, Hansberry, and Hyde Park all pulled out. Yeah. So that kind of left us in a bad way because we wanted to get some games under our belt before we went into conference play. But as it is now, we're going to play a really good 4-0 Stag team, and we don't have any games under our belt, so I don't really know what to expect. But I do know this: we've got some kids that play hard, and we're pretty talented.
Yep. Well, what do you think is this team's biggest strength, just from seeing them practice the past few weeks?
Oh boy, that's a good question. It's hard for me to determine that because I haven't seen us in competition yet. I think that we've got a couple 6'4s inside.
Yep.
So we can throw the ball inside. We got some bigs. We don't have the same outside shooting that we had last year.
Okay.
Last year I had some guys that had torches. This year we got guys that do a pretty good job of slashing, going to the basket. And I think we'll be pretty good defensively.
Well, I know one of those kids will do some slashing and some jumping is Grant Hall.
Yes.
A transfer. He's a junior this year. His dad was the great Antoine Hall from Hillcrest.
Yes.
He's one of these players because he's like 6'3", right?
He's 6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
So is he one of the kids that you're expecting a big season out of, or what?
Grant is.
Don't worry about that.
Grant is he has been a blessing in disguise. A 6'4" transfer.
Yep.
I don't know where we'd be had he not walked in the door.
Yep.
I think that the sky is the limit for this young man. I think he is extremely athletic. He's long. He's very coachable, and he's extremely talented. He's very skilled. He didn't play last year.
Right.
He transferred from HF. I don't know why he didn't play last year over there, because I'm sure they could use him.
Right. Anybody could use him.
Yes.
Right.
But I think now he's got to learn how to play in game situations. He's got to put all that immense amount of talent into game situations.
Yep.
And once he does that, I know he's going to be one of the better players in the area.
Yep.
We hope to get him up to speed this year. And next year, I mean, he might be in some all-area, all-state conversations.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks. If you've never heard of his father, Antoine Hall, he graduated in the mid-'90s, went on to play at Arkansas. You know, a 6'4" kid, but man, one of the top 3 dunkers I ever covered. He could lay it down unbelievably, and probably a top 10, top 20 player of all time that I've covered. So this is the type of bloodlines Grant has.
Yes.
And you know, Antoine, you know, just a great player.
Yes, he is. And because I coached Antoine in the Prairie State games.
Okay.
So, you know, when I see Grant play, you know, I can see Antoine out there,
Yeah.
you know, because they're similar athletes. But I have another kid, Justin Clark, who's will be a third-year starter for us. He's a junior. Grant's a junior and Justin's a junior. And Justin's going to be a load also. He started for us as a freshman. He's 6'3". And he knows how I want things done.
Yep. So
So he's my leader on the floor. So I got a couple of really good kids there.
yeah, man, and with some size, like you said, 6'3", 6'4" kids. So what excites you about this team? I mean, obviously it's a great unknown, a little bit of a mystery, but it sounds like with Clark and Hall, you got 2 nice pieces, man,
Yeah.
and this could be a big, like last year. I don't think many people expect you to go 15 and 13. That was you had a great job of coaching there.
Thank you.
So what excites you about this team, man?
I love coming to practice. I love coming to practice. I've been doing this now for so long. I love coming to practice with my young men. These guys energize you as a coach. And they are the type of kids that come in and say, Coach, what do you want us to do today? And that is a coach's dream,
Yeah.
to have kids like that come in and buy into what you're teaching. And we have that here. So, you know, Diddy, I don't know exactly how good we're going to be early, but after Christmas, I think we could be a force around here.
Yeah, and it seems like you got good team chemistry, huh? These kids seem like they're
all
pretty
like
tight.
each other. They all like each
That's
other.
huge too, right?
Yes, it is.
That is huge.
Yes.
All right, folks, we are going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Remember, locations in Mokina, Tinley, Orland Park. High school kids, $17 for guys, $27 for girls to show your high school ID. Great stocking stuffers from Lisa Thomas Salon as well with the holidays approaching. We come back, more with Thornridge boys basketball coach Rocky Hill. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas. Because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, we're at Thornridge High School. Boys basketball coach Rocky Hill is our guest, and we're coming out of that banner, Rock, and you were a student. You saw those guys, man. That 71, 72 team. The 72 team was, pretty much everyone says the greatest boys basketball team in Illinois history.
Yes.
And you've coached some great teams.
Yes.
Those three Thornton teams went 93-4. 2 seconds and a third when you were head coach over at Thornton. But you say this team was just off the charts, though.
I tell people all the time, Taylor Bell had asked me after the third game, I think, when we had lost to Peoria Manual down there, how Manual and my Thornton teams matched up against Thornridge in 72. And I looked at him and I laughed at him. Because we were great, and Peoria Manual was great. But Thornridge in 72, man, they were, I've never seen a high school basketball team like that before. They were grown men playing against boys.
Yep.
And they were just on another level. And the fact that to this day, people are still saying that they were the greatest ever after all the great teams has been since them,
Yep.
It really speaks for how great they were.
Yeah. And you got Quinn Buckner, man. Quinn Buckner won 2 state championships in high school, won a national championship at Indiana, won a gold medal in the Olympics, and went on to win an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics. That's a pretty darn good resume.
Oh man, Quinn was boy wonder. I grew up next door to him.
Yep.
So I saw all of that. And it was a magical time that we went through here at Thornridge, and it just emphasized how big basketball or athletics was here at the school, because our football team won it in 71 also. We won the mythical football state championship in 71 and the state championship in basketball in 71 and 72.
Wow, yep. Yeah, and that's what I think people need to realize. This place, to put on a Thornridge football jersey, basketball jersey, it should mean something, man. You know what I mean? That colonial blue, and you got Townsend Orr, went to Minnesota, now he's the head coach at TF South. Just great players.
We try to talk to our kids about the tradition that's here.
Yeah.
That these are hallowed halls here at Thornridge. When I walk down the hall here sometimes, I think about, all the great players that have walked through these halls and have sat in these classrooms. And I get chills sometimes. It's mind-boggling,
Yep.
Because people always talk about Thornton, but Thornridge is on the same par with Thornton.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Well, speaking of Thornton, man, there's congratulations in order because you were recently inducted into the Thornton Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That is all, hey man, and that is long overdue,
Thank
my
you,
man.
Thank
So,
you, thank
so
you.
what did that mean to you, man?
Diddy, I've been trying to put it into words. I've been trying to put it into words to have somebody say that what you've done has been so special that you deserve to go into a Hall of Fame.
Yep.
you know, I've been grinding for years. See, I was grinding before people started talking about grinding, you know, and to finally get recognition that, you know, that we've done some pretty impressive things is very gratifying to me. Yeah. You know, I think about all the big games, all of the bus trips, all of the big wins, all of the big losses, all the practices. It just made me feel like what I've done has been very successful and somebody recognized it.
Absolutely, man, and you impacted a lot of kids' lives.
And
man.
I've had so many, but see, I'm gonna tell you another thing too, and when I opened that letter that day, I was at home and I was on the phone talking to my friend, and I heard the mailman come, and I went to the mailbox and I got the letter out and I saw a letter from Frankfurt. And I opened the letter up, I'm like, what is this? I mean, you know, Frankfurt, I'm like, you know, and I opened it up and I read it. And I told him, I said, hey, look, I gotta get off the phone. I said, I've been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And right away I started thinking about all of the great players that I've had that have put me in a position to be in the Hall of Fame. Yep. Because you can't, if you don't have the horses, you can't run the race. Yep. So, I mean, I just thank all the great players that I've had that have played for me over the years that have put me in this position.
Yep. Absolutely, man. And speaking of the race, you're still in the race, man. What makes you want to get up and do this still every day, to want to coach high school boys basketball?
Well,
man?
I tell you what, Daddy, going into the Hall of Fame, that's given me a new lease on life. I mean, I plan to be here now for as long as they have me. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm already retired. Yeah. I mean, I got a full-time job here as a permanent sub. I'm the head boys basketball coach. I mean, I plan to be around as long as they let me. I want to continue. But at this point in my career, though, Diddy, once I got the Hall of Fame nod, it kind of rearranged my thinking in terms of I want to be a blessing to my players even more so now. Yep. I've won enough games. Yeah. Going into the Hall of Fame shows that I don't have to win another game. But I want to be a blessing to my players now, where I can take this Hall of Fame status that I have and make my players' lives significantly better. You know, Diddy, I've always felt that when players go through my program, at the end of 4 years, when they're finished, their lives should be significantly better than when they entered the program as freshmen. So that's what I'm concentrating on now. I'm gonna use my platform as a Hall of Fame coach to try to get my kids more college opportunities, more looks from colleges, and just do things to try to help them more, because I've already been blessed.
Yep, absolutely, man. Yeah. And when you think about that, Rock, those teams, those Thornton teams, you go 93-4. You know, Napoleon Harris, Antoine Randall, Melvin Eli, Eric Herring. I mean, you had some great players. What do you look back on about that? What is the fondest memory of those times, man?
I'd have to say beating Kevin Garnett in the Elite Eight in the Assembly Hall in my first game down there was just absolutely unbelievable. That was just, nobody gave us.
They had Ronnie Fields too.
Oh man, yeah. Look, they didn't even, everybody thought we were gonna make the trip down there and then make the trip back, because Farragut was like #1 in the nation and everything, and nobody gave us a chance to win the game. So I would have to say that was the biggest thrill I've had since I've been coaching, because when they came out on the floor and I looked at Kevin Garnett, I mean, he just looked like a giant giraffe. I mean, this guy was so big, man. I'm like, how are we going to guard him? And
Melvin, you got him.
Yeah, and then you got Ronnie Fields, man. He's jumping all in the stands, dunking the ball and everything, you know, and it's like, how are we going to play with them?
Antoine, you got him.
But I tell you what, we put together a game plan, and the kids went out and executed it, and we caught them on a bad night, and we bit them. Yeah. And that, to me, it really established, you know, what we were doing at Thornton, and we rolled that for the next couple of years.
Yeah. That's something, man. Those were great times. I'm blessed to be a part of that. You know, I'm blessed to be able to tell these stories of high school kids in this area. and to cover games like that, man. You know, when you cover games of that magnitude and you get to see the, you know, Antoine Randall, no one has a personality like Antoine Randall. He's just dynamic, man. You know what I mean? Charisma, you know, just a great dude, $1 million smile. So, you know, I feel blessed like you are. I'm blessed to have you as a coach all these years, man, and cover, because you know what, you always have a good temperament, my man. And you look like the fountain of youth, man. Dude, you look like it's still 1993 with this guy.
Hey,
man.
I told Diddy, he still looks the same. I cut off my hair, man.
Look at this dude. Look at those rocks.
Yeah, I'm in the weight room a lot, you know. The weight room will do it, though, Diddy.
I
want to say that to everybody out there watching, you know, work out, take care of yourself.
Yep, absolutely, man.
Yes.
Well, Rock, thanks again, man, for being on the show, man. And I'm looking forward to covering the Falcons this year, man. I got to see my guy Grant Hill. I got to check this dude out, man.
Diddy, I want to thank you very much for being my friend all of these years.
Absolutely.
You know, you've written so many great articles about me and my programs, man, and I just want to extend my hand to you and say thank you, sir. God bless you, man.
Yeah, same to you, Rock. Same to you, man. Have a happy holidays, okay?
Okay, I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, folks, we are going to go to an athletics, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy timeout. 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. Tom Mulvey, the best in the business. We're going to have Tom on in a couple weeks. We come back, we're going to talk players of the week, talk about the state championship football games last weekend that I was down in Champaign covering, and a bunch of other stuff. Stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you. Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Thornridge Boys basketball coach Rocky Hill for being our guest. Good luck to the Falcons this season. All right, we're going to the results segment, sponsored by Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. All right, we're talking state championship football. Last Saturday, I was down at Champaign at the University of Illinois Memorial Stadium covering the games. Class 8A, Loyola upended Brother Rice 13-3. For Rice, Johnny Bean 11-26, 151 yards. Jesse Plunkett 15 carries, 49 yards. Jack McMahon hit a 20-yard field goal. Story of that game: Johnny Bean, the quarterback, dual threat guy, banged up ankle, wasn't the same, could not get a rushing game going, and that really hurt the Crusaders, who had a fantastic season, defeated Marist twice, beat Loyola 35-3 earlier in the season, and just couldn't get the job done at this point. But 13-1, they were 2-7 last year. Outstanding season by Brian Backey and the Crusaders. Class 6A state championship, Cary Grove 35, Crete Monee 13. For Crete Monee, Ronald Carroll Jr.'s 37-yard touchdown run. Trayvon Rudolph hit Ricky Johnson on a 14-yard TD pass. Johnson had 9 catches for 112 yards. Rudolph was 14-23 for 174 yards. Hey, we had John Konecki on the show last week. What that game boiled down to was possessions, time of possessions. It was like 35 minutes. It was unbelievable, the amount of the difference in the time of possession between those two teams. Crete Monee had the ball 7 times all game, 3 times in the second half. And if you don't get the ball, it's tough to score. And Cary Grove's 14-0 for a reason. Excellent team, man. They sustained drive. They had a 20-play, 11-plus minute scoring drive. So tough to win, but great season by the Warriors. Had an unbelievable playoff run. They finished 10-4. Class 5A state championship. Joliet Catholic. They won their 14th state championship. Defeated Montini 35-27. For JCA, Nick Iantoni, 40 carries, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. Keenan Haley, 6 and 30-yard TD runs. Congrats to the Hilltoppers on the state championship. Great job. Go from 3-6 to 10-4 and win the 5A state championship. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Got to give it to JCA running back Nick Iantoni. Helps he's Italian too, but that has no bearing, man. He rushed for 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, led the Hilltoppers down victory lane. We're going to hook him up with a $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe, Stan's Donuts, and Labaro, where we're taping next Monday, tentatively in Oak Brook. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. Marist Girls Basketball's Jenna Ryan hit the game-winning shot with 4 seconds left to lift the Redhawks to a 55-53 win over Lincoln Way East. We're going to hook up Jenna with a gift certificate. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon. We're going to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, high and tight.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, folks, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, High and Tight, sponsored by our good friends at Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. All right, folks, you know, no matter how much talent you have on your team, when it comes down to the playoffs, specifically when you get to the semis in a state championship in football, and just about any sport, you need to catch some breaks, and you got to limit your turnovers. Brother Rice, 2 turnovers. Loyola turned them into a touchdown and a field goal. They win 13-3 Saturday in the Class 8A state championship. Lincoln Way East in the semis against the same Loyola team, 4 turnovers, dropped a couple touchdown passes, and they lose their first game of the season. So turnovers are the key. You just can't turn over the ball, and when you get your opportunities, you have to execute them, and that's the name of the game come playoff time. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great, great week. We'll see you next week.